Welcome everyone, and yeah, it's a very, very, very interesting and great training we have lined up for you today. This morning, please, you could just quickly send out reminders to your team that we are kicking off in a minute or so. We should kick off, and this is a very, very important training for all Max associates. So yeah, you want your team to be here, as many of them as possible. Oh, Banker, I see you. Welcome, 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 welcome. Please, everyone, just type out your name in the chat and where you're tuning in from. I know this is a very global call, so I want to know who is on the call today. Your name, where you're tuning in from. Okay, Marie Paul from Toronto, Canada. Great, great. Welcome. Max Morning. Paul Gruber from Canada. Okay, great, great. Welcome, welcome. Mr. Inkar Ernest from Cameroon. Nice, nice. Welcome, welcome. Adepanke Janet from Ibadan, Nigeria. Yes, welcome. Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Susan from Northern Ontario, Canada. Okay, great, great. It's nice to see everyone, and yeah, this is going to be a really fun one. It's not going to be a long training, but definitely an impactful one. And I hope you're ready to, take notes, take screenshots, just absorb as much as possible, because everything needs to be implemented. So yeah.
We are ready. We are live.
Great, 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 great. Hello, everyone on Facebook. Okay, great. Sorry for the little bit of delay there, but yeah, welcome to the call. I can see you. You can also type in your name and where you're tuning in from. People on Facebook, let's hear from you as well. We can see you and your chats. Okay, so yes, this training, really, really important. I see you, Peter from Abeokuta, welcome. So know that the foundation of our business really is on Autoship. Like if you're not compliant to Autoship, you don't have a Max business. You can't earn from the Max opportunity. There's a lot that you end up not benefiting from the Max business. So it's really key that we do it. But we know from experience that a lot of people struggle with doing the Autoship. So how do you eliminate such struggles? That's what we're going to talk about this evening, and how you can do that with recurring customer income. It's so key. All right, so yes, just pay attention and you're in for a really, really good training. All right, you can take it away, Tammy.
Excellent. Well, again, welcome everybody. And it's an honor to do a training with you, Dr. Izzy. I think the last time we did something together was when we did the Strong Max Women in Nigeria, and it's been quite a while. And yeah. Like you said, this training is extremely important, especially when we're new and learning and maybe not quite having an understanding of Autoship. When you've been around for 6 months or a year, you know the importance of being on Autoship. So how do we help people go through the struggle, help them, eliminate those struggles that they have, and even in the mindset and the posture around Autoship is really, really important. So I'm going to let you take it away and get started with the training. So welcome everybody. Super happy that you have joined us live. And if you don't catch the live, no worries. There is a recording, so that'll be up soon.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tammy. And definitely a great honor to be doing this with you. Like, this is really, really amazing. So thank you. All right. Okay. So Autoship.
Hold on 1 second here. There we go.
Okay, great. So yeah, Autoship. What is Autoship? We say it's the backbone of our business. We say without Autoship, you don't actually have like a Max business running, right? So what is Autoship? Because people need to understand that concept. Sometimes we have this question over and over again as to what Autoship really is. Why is it that when I sign up with Max, I'm still going to pay for products and still get it on a monthly basis? So basically, Autoship is your subscription program with Max, right? It's allows you to be able to schedule when your products get into you on a monthly basis, so that the purchase is set up and it's shipped to you, and this happens on a recurring basis. So the word here, subscription, is really, really key, right? Because this is not a one and done kind of business. It's not that, okay, once you get registered, it means that you don't have any business purchasing products from Max again. No, this is a subscription that you're doing. So you're paying to be able to get a supply of products every single month. And since it said we are talking about subscription, just think about it. And I actually want to see comments. I see you guys on Facebook, Mr. Barry Seeley, Alice Casey, I see you, and you guys on Zoom. What other subscriptions do you have? Right now, I mean, there are so many kind of subscriptions we have for different kind of things, for Netflix, for cable TV, for our phone networks. There are so many things. I mean, I have to do a monthly subscription for my Wi-Fi. So many things that we subscribe to or subscribe for. And we know why we subscribe is to be able to either get that particular product or get that particular service on a monthly basis. If you do not subscribe, you don't get the benefits, right? So yeah, I would like to know what's you personally, now this is to each and every one of us, what kind of subscriptions do you currently have? Back here, I mean, in the African market, we pay for things like DSTV and things like that. So I would like to see some comments. What subscriptions do you have? Okay, Mary Paul says motivationals. Okay, great. Yes, people plenty subscribe to that. Motivational messages, magazines, like TV shows, all kinds of things, right? So yes. Super. I mean, we're on Zoom. This is like the perfect example. How are we able to like host meetings like this and all of that? So yeah, Zoom account, definitely spot on, and thank you. Peter says it's much. Yeah, so there's so many things we subscribe to because we like what we get out of it, right? Adebaker says Wi-Fi, data, absolutely. So these things are subscriptions that we all pay for, and it's important. If you're not subscribing, if you're not paying for that product or service, then you don't get benefit. That's exactly how it is with Max, right? When we say we do Autoship with Max, we're getting product. We're not just giving Max money and getting nothing in return, right? So it's very important that you get it right. Like the concept of what Autoship is. It's not money for nothing. It's money for something, and you're getting very, very good and valuable products that you could use, products that you could market to your customers. Okay.
Hold on, sorry about that. Too many screens. There we go. So what is a good Autoship program? Because people are going to ask questions about Autoship. And it's important that we have a little bit of understanding behind our belt on what it is and know what's out there in the market too. So it's based on necessity rather than luxury. And I mean, that is perfectly aligned with what we do. Everything that we have as a product line is something that we need to consume on a monthly basis, which makes it easy to get people to stay on Autoship when they really see the value of it. And it allows you to stop or change your Autoship, which anybody can go in and change that in their own virtual office. They can get some customer support if they're new and learning this, getting a hold of the person who sponsored you or your mentor who's working with you. They can guide you, okay, on how to change Autoships. And I think that's really, really important because sometimes you want to try something new, right? And get a feel for that and build a story around that. So I think it's great that we have, me personally, Sellgevity is the #1 product that I use, but we also can switch it up, right, on other things that we want to have. And I think that that is important. It doesn't ask you to purchase more product than what we consume. And I don't know if you realize how important this is, that Max has 100 CV requirement for the whole compensation plan to make as much as you want, and just 100 CV PV personal volume worth of products. And some of that can be personal volume, some of it can be customers. You build up preferred customers, then you will have that volume added to your personal order, which is great, right? Because not everybody can consume 100 personal volume worth of products in their household in that qualifying month. So this is really, really important. And it gives some sort of incentive, which of course in Max, our incentive is our compensation plan. I think a lot of people don't realize what they have in their hands, and they only see what goes out, the money that goes out. But if you build this business and you stay consistent at connecting with people, your volumes will be consistent. And if you can teach other people to do the same thing, my goodness, you're going to build an income with Max. So incentive, I mean, the trips, I mean, that is a perfect example too. All the things that Max will do to help you qualify, generate volumes, keep your Autoship going strong, and work hard at the beginning of the month. Don't wait to the end of the month. We can't stress that enough. And of course, we're going to talk about that for sure in the next coming slides. I think that is critical.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
All right. So thank you for that, Tammy. Very, very great points that you've raised. So yes, back to this week. Some of us, a good number of us, appear to struggle with our Autoships. I mean, that's a key reason why we organize this training, right? So just for the people here, like just answer, and please, there's no shame, no guilt. This is not trying to like guilt trip anyone, but this question, I mean, these questions need to be asked. The first is, do you actually get to do your Autoship every month? Like since you joined the business, some of us have been in it for a few months, some of us years. I mean, some of us since the inception of the company, right? So are you someone who is able to do your Autoship every single month? You have a minimum of 100 PV. I just want to see, just type in yes or no in the chat, yes or no. In the chat, I can see you on Facebook. Yes, I see you on Facebook. Okay, so Zoom, yes. Ooh, a lot of yeses, nice. Yes. Okay, all right, great. Wow. We have people really consistent with Autoship here. That's super. Alice on Facebook. Oh yes, okay. So this is good. This is definitely good. I mean, we are quite a number of people on this call, so please do put that in. Okay, that's great. But for the people who aren't doing this, or maybe there's some months that you struggle, not that you don't do it at all, but probably it's not consistent. Like, what are some of the reasons you're not doing it consistently? Or what are some of the reasons your team, your partners, your business partners give for not being able to do their Autoship? When you call them up, like trying to get a business, build a business, what are some of the reasons? Let's just tackle the reasons. Okay, so Max All Natural says money. Yeah, that one is always a big one. Say they don't have money to do the Autoship, right? Okay, apart, sirs, not having customers. Yes, not having customers, that's a crucial one. Thankfully, we're having this training to address that. What other kind of reasons have people given? Because it's really important to address what the root cause is, right? Okay, not having customers, products are too expensive. Yeah, so they say, yeah, they don't have enough money for that. Okay, Ernest Inca says, no, I'm guessing you're answering the do you do Autoship every month question. Thanks for the honesty, that's great. Betty says used up products themselves. Okay, so using it, and maybe they don't have the money to keep subscribing, right? The Autoship. Okay, very, very important thing. So yes, these are some of the reasons. So we have to find a way around it, right? To be able to get people to have their business moving along. If people wanted to strictly be product consumers, then they would just be buying from associates, or they'll just remain as preferred customers. But typically, people are joining this business because they want the financial benefits as well, all the perks that come with Max, and they have to be able to get their Autoship done for this to happen, right? So this is something that must be solved. It's a problem that must be solved. We have to get our team, new and old, to be on the Autoship. It's really, really important. Okay.
All righty. So moving forward, why you resist sharing Autoship. And these are really, really, really key points that everybody needs to wrap their head around. And if you're new people, or the people who are struggling are not on this session, make sure that they get the recording, because it's important. I know often, especially women, we tend to not want to be pushy. And some people feel like they're pushing people. When it's towards the end of the month, especially, people will feel like they're being pushed and thinking that somebody might have another agenda. So I think it's really, really important to think about building your business and having your Autoship earlier and duplicating that in your qualifying month. So for example, when I bring people into the business, I let them know that the really, really important thing about building this is to get your auto order at the beginning of the month. So you have products to market, you have products to consume, and then you get your team members to duplicate the same. And throughout the month, you don't have the stress, because I'm sure if you're struggling and it's the end of the month and you're just scrambling, you're going to be stressed out. So I think it's important is that message is you won't feel like you're really pushy towards the end of the month if you change your strategy towards the beginning of the month. Okay. And you're not pushing people, by the way. Our products are super important. I think value is critical. So often, if you find the product is really expensive, one of the things I always ask people when they say the product is expensive, I say, compared to what? And there's nothing out there that compares to what we have, right? But you got to be able to share that value with people. And when you don't see the value yourself, then you're going to have that struggles in maintaining your Autoship. So I think it's really important to educate yourself around the value of what it is you got in your hands, to be able to share that with prospects within your organization. Very, very important. And that way you're going to build the posture to communicate that value. Because, if you're not sharing value with people, you're probably not getting any results. Okay. And you haven't developed the relationship enough. This one here is key, because our business is all about relationship. And you got to be able to be patient enough to walk people along the process. And often you do more of that at the beginning as you're training people. So you need to understand that some people need a little bit of hand-holding. Of course, you're going to guide them to information. You're going to give them assignment to do an activity, right? So no matter what it is, whether they're understanding Autoship, whatever it is. And the key is to have strong relationships with your associates, because if you do, they'll listen to you. If you don't build those strong relationships, they'll be resistant to you. The key is trust, right? The same thing with your customers. When I sign up a customer, I'll be honest with you, I don't sign up a lot of customers. When I do sign up a customer, it's because I've already planted the seed for business. They say, Tammy, this all looks really great, but I'm not interested in business right now, but I'd really like to try the product. Great, let's get you set up. And then I build rapport. I let them get the result. And guess what? I follow up. I say, do you know anybody who can benefit from this? And I end up getting them in the business. And that's how I've been doing it. That's how I've been signing people over over 15 years. Well, more than that in the industry, because I've been in the industry for 25, but 15 good years with Max. That's how we've been building it. But customers are important, because those customers that you have, again, I can't stress it enough, will add more volume to your auto ship, right? The qualifying 100 points. So it's going to help you. So build that up. Okay. If you're talking to the older generation, I tend to sign up people kind of in my age group or less, and then they may want to get their own customers with their family members. I don't normally go out and try and recruit somebody who's retired, not looking. You know what I mean? I'm looking for active people. I'm looking for entrepreneurs. I'm looking for people who care about their health. And this is what I aim for. So whatever it is that you're aiming for, you have to keep that in mind. You don't see it as a win-win. Everything we do must be a win-win. You got to bring value to your associates. You got to bring value to your customers. And by doing that, you're being generously compensated through our compensation plan. So make it about the people, less about what you're going to get from it. And people read body language really well, just so you know. Okay. So make it about the people. Bring your heart into this. Okay. And then maybe you don't see it as an auto relationship. And again, you know, that is critical. It's ongoing. Our relationships that we're building are ongoing. The families that we've impacted because of building that one relationship with that one person is unbelievable. And the communities, you can see a lot of Max people out there right now doing lots of give back stuff, right? So these are all the things that will take place when you build that solid foundation of relationships. So these are really, really, really key points. If you want to add anything to that, Izzy, you let me know if there's something that you feel that I'm missing on these slides.
Oh, wait, no, you've done a fantastic job. Yeah. So really, with this new insights, like this is the new way we need to look at Autoship, right? It is a system that actually allows you to follow up and remember the most important people in your business. Right. So, I mean, with this Autoship, you're able to remember who are those business partners, who are those customers who are important to your business. In being this Autoship and being able to do an Autoship and getting your team to do the same, this is how you follow up on them, right? The people who have made that commitment to you, to themselves. Because like I said, every single person who is joining this business has the intention of not just benefiting from the products like themselves personally, but also enjoying the financial benefits. So yeah, this is a commitment made. And if you look at Autoship with this kind of, in this new light, you know that this is really, these are the people that you want to look out for. You're the people that you want to see win and help win, right? So this concept is what Autoship really is about. Like I said, it's not about losing. It's not about you trying to get money off people for your own benefit. No, the Autoship serves them as well. It helps them get the products. It helps them move their business along. So Autoship is the way you actually get to nurture relationships with the people who matter the most. It's very, very key. And I mean, I love how Tammy talks about like communities, right? People want to belong to something that is good. Something that is good. They want to be able to be in that space, that community of like really positive-minded people cheering you on. Because there's a lot like that is going on in the world. There's a lot of negativity and things that are not very soothing for the soul. Like so many people are doing the kind of work that they don't enjoy, they don't like, they really would do without if it wasn't bringing in an income or something like that. So Max is to provide that kind of space of belonging, like place they can actually feel at ease, be good. So they need that. They need to be able to feel loved, right? And they need to be able to trust that, yeah, you who is like their enroller, you who is a team leader, or you who has got them into the business or got them on the product, right? They're able to trust you, that you have their best interest at heart. You're not just like out there for what you can get from them. They want to be able to feel safe. And if you go about teaching them Autoship in the right way, in the right manner, like Tammy said, I mean, something that, from the very beginning of the month, you're already showing them why it's really important, how to get it done early, how to get their customers and all. It wouldn't feel like, they're being strangled, or they wouldn't be running away from you like when they see your call. So this is really important. This is what we need to communicate to people. This is what Autoship really is about. Yeah.
Absolutely. So why Autoship is important for your customers and for your businesses. So it gives the product a chance to work. Some people are building this by initially starting with customers, and I think that's great. When I first started in the industry, I started sharing products, and I was benefiting from my products. I had tons of value, excitement, and results. So it's easy to get a customer. It's so much easier to get a customer than it is a business partner when you're fairly new. But eventually you're going to develop some skills and posture that it'll be a natural thing for you as an entrepreneur to share it actively with people. And hey, you just put it out there. And if they're open, great. If they're not, that's okay too. They're going to be a customer either way. That's the way I look at it. And if the timing's not working for them right now, often it's a money thing. And then if it's a money thing, I'll go back to that. So conversations, relationship building, caring about people, finding solutions for people's problems. That is it. That's what we do, right? And so for customers, building a consistency. And so an auto order, they can, set their cards. Some people who have credit cards, I know not every country works the same, but to be able to set that auto order and not have to worry about it, that's a fun thing to do. Okay, you always have to keep an eye on your expiry date with your credit cards for those of you who are using cards, but it's great to have that consistency. And it's so convenient. Really, it is. I love auto order. It is very convenient, and it builds belief in the products when your customers are on Autoship. Okay, because if they buy a one time and then towards the end of the month, I'm not too sure if I'm getting results, they may just not order the following month if they didn't place an auto order. But with proper follow-up, they will, on auto order, they will continue taking the product for at least the 3-month requirement with your guidance, with your letting them know if they had some detoxification. That's normal. I'm really happy you're getting this early on in the game, because that means there's some, early on toxins that need to be released, surface toxins that need to be released. Good for you, drink some more water and you'll go through that. And, you kind of walk people through the process. So, so it also builds a product testimony, which is critical. The sooner your customer gets a testimony, the better for you to get them to share referrals, the better for you to get them to make a decision to even become an associate. All right. So focus on testimony sooner than later. All right. Which requires, again, relationship building. It requires you to follow up regularly. I follow up regularly with my customers because I know what we have in our hands. And I know that if they get results and they have their own story, then they're going to want to tell other people, which makes it a new associate, or they would want to refer people to me just because of how amazing they feel. So you have to follow along with all that, and give your customer a thank you gift. Some people are doing that. I know I like to do that. If I get a customer that's regularly on a product and I want them to get a feel for another product, I have no problem sending them a small gift, or when I'll meet up and have a coffee and give them a little gift. You know, for example, if they're on Cellgevity, give them an ATP. Give them an ATP and an Enfuse if you have those in your market, because I know not everybody has all the products. So find creative ways to please your customers. Okay, find creative ways, nice little incentives for them to be automatically consuming product from you. Okay, and then for your business, of course, the importance of that, it creates consistency in your volumes, in your group volumes, if you have your team duplicating that. Earlier to calculate the end of the month qualifications. Again, that one's really, really important, especially when you have your people trained in duplicating early auto ship. Then you have an idea the volumes that are growing within the organization and within your team's organizations too. So that can help you speed up the process on rank advancements, knowing your numbers. Nothing worse, and you all know what I'm talking about, nothing worse than at the end of the month, not knowing if your team members are qualifying or you're not even qualifying, because nobody knows, the last minute business that comes in, it's not a guarantee. That's why I don't like to do my business at the end of the month. I like to have that, knowing everything's done. And yeah, there's going to be some last minute stuff, but knowing that most of it is done early on. What you teach matters. I'm telling you, it's going to make a huge difference in your business if you follow through with this. And it generates residual income through repeated sales, of course, with the customers. And it increases your rate of retention. Now that is a huge one. A lot of people don't follow up and don't build relationships with people, and they wonder why they're constantly in struggle. Well, if you just improve some of these few things that we're sharing with you, you're going to see that your retention rate is going to improve a whole lot. Remember, your customers, treat them like gold. Your associates, treat them like gold. All right. So it's the cost of doing business. Autoship is the cost of doing business. And when you think about it. We have an opportunity. Let's say one way of getting paid, binary. You have an opportunity to make up to $40,000 US a month, plus all the other ways of getting paid, to be on Autoship for personal consumption or move a few little products. Think about it. There's no companies that do this. Okay, I know there's a lot of companies out there, and a lot of them also require you to buy so much more product. We are so fortunate, Max. I don't know if you realize that. Okay, we are very, very fortunate to be part of this company. All right. And always leading by example. People will do what you do, not what you tell them to do. So if you're asking somebody to have their auto ship in at the beginning of the month and really drive their numbers and their customers at the beginning of the month, well, you better be doing the same thing. It's common sense, right?
This is so true. I mean, just to hammer stress on a few points that you made there, Tammy, being the leader and leading by example is really, really key here. Many times we just want like our teammates to be the ones doing the action, but like we are not leading by example. We're not doing the thing. Early Autoship should be done by everyone, and it helps to get your business in order. What needs to be done of the month. It's just, and there's a whole psychology to it. Like once you do your auto ship, like you're open for business that month, it even drives you to want to achieve, as opposed to some people have this kind of idea that okay, they'll just kind of watch and see how things are playing out in the month. Let's see which people in my team actually go ahead to auto ship or are doing something that I can capitalize on if I do my auto ship at the end of the month. Like that is such a I don't know what I would describe the thinking as, but it's such a wrong mentality to have. Like it's doing B before A instead of A before B. Like you should have the mindset going into the month, like, okay, we're about to going to June now. Oh, June 1st is next week, Wednesday, right? Let me do my Autoship, and I know I have the 30 days to really get stuff done. Like I can use the opportunity. Once I have product in my hands, right, I can market it. I can strive to get my customers. I can strive to get business partners, because every single thing that's going to happen is based on my having done Autoship. If I go about talking to people like prospects and all, and they want to join my business and I haven't done my Autoship, how do I capitalize on that? Like, how do I get the faster bonus or anything like that? Like, it's always good to make sure we do the first things first. And Autoship is what starts everything for your month. So it's really important to have that mentality and not leave it to the end of the month. Business is so stressful. Even for we who have that experience and we know how to like calculate things, even for us, everything can just go off. Just like 100 PV can be what makes the difference, like a huge difference in what income people end up getting at the end of the month. It's so unnecessary. Like, we need to really like shift the culture and think of it as, okay, get my business done within the first week of the month, and every other thing that comes is a bonus. So it's really important. And another thing for the customers, this is really important. Giving it, being on Autoship, them actually getting a good quantity of products at a time and using it is what will give the results, and it's how they build belief in the product and actually get a testimonial from it, right? So many times, yes, we know some potential customers can be a bit difficult sometimes, especially here in the African market. They can be very disbelieving of a product, and they always want to try it. That's why some people will be asking for like samples and things like that. For things like the max ATP, which we know how it works, and okay, you get results when you take the first one. Yeah, it might not be such a bad thing. But then for someone who has been like having like serious health challenges for years, right? And you know things like Solgivity or the Max 357 is going to be good for them, or even the switch, like somebody who really needs to lose a lot of weight. You don't, even if when you're suggesting, make sure that, and we'll hammer a lot more on this soon, but then make sure you're giving them the right information and telling them this product needs time to work. Typically for these products, we say an average of a 90-day usage to be able to get good results, right? You're not going to say, take this for 1 week, for 2 weeks, and then bang, you get results. Even when they are trying to be pushy, make sure you are given the right information in the first place, because you really want to get the right results. You want your person to get like good value for money. And so these things, what we don't want is somebody is not on it for long enough, doesn't get results, and then blames the product or say the product doesn't work, which is not the case, because you have to use it in the time that I specified. It's like, yes, max products are supplements, they're not drugs, but like a drug comes with particular dosage, right? There are things that you say, oh, take for 3 days or take for a week, take for 2 weeks. If you use it for less than that, don't expect to get the results that you're looking for. It's the same way. So this Autoship is a good way to be able to help the person to really be on the product and get some good results. That's just my addition there. So yes, now with this struggles of Autoship, this is a very key way to eliminate those struggles. And this is something that you need to really teach in your team. It's like over and over and over again. Like as they're getting on board the business, even the partners you are yet to have, this is really important, right? Building a customer base, and then creating the best customer experience for them. And that will lead to loyalty and retention. This is so important. Especially as you're just starting up, you haven't really started earning. Obviously, as you kind of go through the ranks, doing Autoship gets easier because you're actually earning commissions and you can consume your products. You can actually really consume your products, which is what each and every one of us should be on our products. Like us Max Associates, we should be products of our products. We shouldn't just be recommending things that we haven't used. Obviously, it's not like you have to use in all the products. I don't use Switch for obvious reasons, but I would still market it, but I'm on other products, right? So it's important that you kind of build to get to that stage. But before you get there, having a good customer base and people that you could really give the best experience, people that could be loyal customers to you, people that are retained in your business and help with your volume is so key. Like Bob Crisp says, you bring them in, you keep them in, and then you move them along. You don't want your customer story to just be like water going into a basket. Like they come in, oh, maybe they make that one purchase and then you kind of like lose them. Like, no, loyalty retention is key. I mean, some of us have had customers for years now, right? So must be doing something that is going to keep them in, so that regardless of what happens, price changes, whatever is going on in the world, like you have those customers. It's really, really important. I see you, Anne, and no, please, if I ever get on Switch for any wrong reason, you guys should intervene. All right, over to you, Tammy.
Yeah. And again, auto relationship, right? It's if you keep strong relationships, people will stay longer. So it's important to do this. So how to build a customer base, talk to more people about the benefits of our products. How much are you actually doing every single day? And I know some of you say, well, I have a job. You know what? That's no excuse, because some of you are at gas stations putting some gas in the car. Some of you are stopping at the market. Some of you are stopping at coffee shops. There's people everywhere. And online, no excuse, because online there's so many people. So it's just a matter of connecting with people. So I think the key thing right now is to get really loud. And I think we all have to do this. I think Max really up to now has been the best kept secret. And I don't know if you noticed, but really lately, Max has stepped up their game on getting themselves out there on media. They leverage a lot of shows, interviews, radio, talk shows, TV shows, all this stuff. So we're getting out there now. So they're seeing it anyways from the company. So leverage that. Leverage it. Okay. Might as well leverage all this experience, especially when you're new and can't deliver that message, through the marketing stuff that's already available for us. So online, offline, just get out there and do more. This is really, it's planting season. If you want to harvest in September, it means there's a requirement of lots of planting right now. All right. So have more conversations continuously. Get really comfortable just connecting with people. If you're new and you say, well, I don't know what to say, there's some scripts available. Get a hold of your leaders. There's boards. There's all kinds of stuff available for you to learn what to say. And I think what's the most important thing is that connection. If you're getting an experience with the product, you're definitely passionate about what these products are doing. So your story is going to make an impact. It's going to create influence for people to at least want to try the product. Always have product on hand. Always, always, always. I don't know if you can see in the background. Oh, I just moved it because we're meeting some people. I always have products on me. And that's what you need to do. You're in business. Right? You always need your on hat, your on sign everywhere you go, because you never know who you meet. And keep this in mind too. You never know who you're going to meet, and you never know who that person knows. Referral marketing is so powerful, and most people don't leverage that. And I always say leverage it, especially when you have customers who are getting great results with the product. So use available tools, as I mentioned, example, product information, testimonies. I mean, they nail every single presentation. It doesn't matter if you're live in a presentation room or you're on a Zoom presentation and somebody shares this story. I always ask my guests, what was the part of the presentation that helped you make the decision to be part of this? The stories, the people and the stories. It always came down to that. You can give people a ton of information, but they emotionally connect to the feelings and the stories. Okay, so make sure you're building a lot of stories within your teams, because those stories are going to be shared within their prospects. Okay, we got to be out there telling lots of Max story out there, lots of Max product story, and ask for referrals from people. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. And if you build relationships and people know that you are genuine and it comes from your heart and you genuinely care about people, people know. And when they feel that, then they will have no problem referring people to you because of the way you approach them in a relationship way, rather than I'm trying to sell something to somebody. I'm not interested to sell something to somebody. I'm interested on bringing that person some value of something that they might need. Okay. And again, that all comes in conversation too. So ask for referrals from your existing customers right now. Get back to all your customers. Tell them how much you appreciate them. And do this regularly, by the way. Do it regularly. And ask them if they know if there's somebody that they really care about that could use this. All right. You're gonna change so many people's lives by doing that through them. All right. So, and be diligent with the following up process. If you're not diligent with follow up, it's probably because you're not structured. You don't have that organization through a planner, however way you're doing it. I do a lot on my phone, all my contacts, my calendar, everybody I need to follow up. Got a little alarm system going on so I don't forget, because we get busy. So I have a constant great follow-up system. And often people tell me, Tammy, I am so impressed that you think about me or you follow up with me so much, because something happened in my life and I think I'm ready to get started with this. That's happened many times over the years, many times, because I'm a great relationship builder and I'm great at following up with people. And so can you. If you're not strong in that area, get strong in that area, because your business will flourish by doing this.
So true, so true. And I mean, about the follow-up, see, guys, we need to yeah, we're all really super smart people, intelligent and all of that, but yeah, trusting your brain less and trusting more in like systems, like automated systems, is the way to go. Because trust me, life happens, life gets busy. Right now, like my phone calendar is like such a lifesaver. Like I have to input everything, like every appointment, anything that needs to get done, I schedule it, I make lists. I have to write down a whole ton of stuff, because yeah, things get modeled in your brain. Don't just trust that, okay, because I have this particular customer, I know the specific time that I'm going to check in on them and stuff. You can forget following up. And especially when you're adding like more numbers and talking to more people, it's so easy to end up forgetting. It's really easy to end up forgetting. I mean, I have an uncle who I sold the Max 357 to, like a bit earlier in the year. Right, so also we're doing the 90-day run, and yeah, I've been checking in. Oh, he's gotten good results, because he runs like he has a very hectic job, and also like the stress is getting to him. But Max 357 really helped him. Like if the stress helped him, like his mental clarity and everything, his brain function, like he was really happy about that. Right, and he was still on it at the last time I checked in with him. So just to continue, and then yeah, I mean, I too got caught up with stuff. Right, so it was this week, like a few days ago, I just kind of remembered, oh, I really need to get in touch with him. And yesterday, that came to my mind again. I was like, yeah, I actually have to reach him. And then I put a call through. He didn't pick up, but then I sent him a message. And I was like, how's everything going? I hope you're not stressed and all of that. He's like, oh, he's really stressed. Like he needs his Max. And I was not like, oh, I can arrange it for you and everything. And like he made his payment this morning. And also just imagine that, like, I mean, I have like a sale that I wouldn't have gotten if I did not follow up, right? So it's really, really important that you follow up. And when we say have conversations conversations, that is your in to anything. Conversations where you can really listen in on what your person is saying and find like what their needs are. It's really key to listen instead of just all the time trying to just kind of pitch the product. Listen to what people are saying and see the kind of needs that that person has. It's really, really, really important. And it's when we say conversations, we mean actual conversations. So one-on-one thing. Sometimes we can get very caught up in, okay, because we have these tools, we have all this product information, we go put it on WhatsApp status, put it on our stories, put it on our feed, we just put things about the product and all of that, and we feel like we've talked to people, right? I mean, if you've noticed, things that are around business like that, especially businesses like ours, it gets very little engagement online. People look and be like, okay, especially someone who kind of knows you're associated with Max, they just kind of, okay, please through, they've seen it. Some people, people barely engage. So what you've done is you've announced about your product, but you've not actually had conversations about it. You've not promoted it like Eric Warren would say, right? There's a big difference between just saying it, just announcing something and promoting something. So the conversation is all well and good to do that because you're still creating awareness. Even if people do not say they've kind of seen it, some people have seen it, but the one-on-one conversations. And it's always better to do it in person, first of all, if you can, if the person is not physically there, right? A video call. I mean, that's something we learned, if not through anything, through the 90-day run. Like a video call is so effective. Having someone one-on-one where you could actually see them eyeball to eyeball, you see all the body language and all, it gives a really good result, right? So video call, right? Next best option. After that is the voice call, and even like just audio messages that people get to really like hear a tone of voice. You get to hear theirs. It's so much better than the last only thing, which is the messaging. I mean, yeah, if you're unable to do any of the first, or if this is like just a cold prospect that you're just trying to speak to, obviously like messaging the way, but build relationships to that point where, or you could add voice, you could add face and all of that. So yeah, those conversations are so important. And know that we have a range of products. I find that some people are very stuck on one of products or two products of Max, and it's like they just have this tunnel vision and don't think of any other product to market. Guys, we have a whole product line that is catered to different things. So don't just be so focused on longevity, and then okay, if you're not getting people buying longevity, you feel like, oh, I can't get customers. You have the Max 357, you have the Max ATP, Max MP. There's so many. I mean, us in the Nigerian market, right? Switch coming down to us was such a blessing because people who never used to get any other of our products are getting switched. That's just how impactful it is. So you have a range of products that are going to serve different things. Don't limit yourself. Very, very important. So yes, that's how to build a customer base, right? But you also want to be able to create the best experience for your customer, which is where the loyalty and then the retention lies. And everything kicks off with the right education. The right education. It is so important that your customer gets the right information as to what is going to happen or what they are to expect from product. And that is like right from even before they buy, right? See, guys, the truth is good enough. There's no need to exaggerate what our products do. Don't tell people, oh, if you start the switch, you're going to lose so kg in 7 days or 14 days or anything to like over embellish. There is no need for all that drama, right? The product works. Give the right information. Let them know, okay, be on it for 90-day use for the best results and all of that. Like each of our products, make sure you are giving them the right information on what to expect, the benefits. Like don't make claims. Like we said, this is not, take this, it's going to cure your diabetes, cure your hypertension, all those kind of things. Guys, there's no need for that. We know that's what people like to hear, but that's not the truth. And we have integrity in this business. So let's give people the right information, right? Another way you could help the customer is actually get them signed up, right? I mean, as a preferred customer, there's benefit to them because they're getting it at the company price, right? And there's something people love, it's discounts. So signing them up as a customer, which obviously you still get paid for as an enroller, also benefit, especially if there are people that, oh, they're going to be on the product for a while. So this is like an incentive that you can give them, which is really good. Right? Show them gratitude for their purchase. Thank you goes a long way. Thank you goes a long way. Like, I mean, you're not the only person who is selling mass products. And even if you were, somebody has given you money, I mean, for the value you give. Show gratitude for their purchase. Be like a really good thank you. It's important, right? Then onboard correctly and make the whole process seamless for them. So yeah, I mean, different markets, we have different ways that the orders get processed and then delivered to the customer, right? For just try and make the whole process as seamless as possible. For markets where, okay, you want to sign them up as a customer and then they have to go and fill out their like credit card information and stuff, just make sure you can guide them through and make that process like as less stressful as possible. People do not like stress. You don't want to add stress to their lives when you don't like stress. So make it simple. For markets like ours, where we kind of do the enrollments, like African market, we are the ones doing the enrollments and then trying to give them payment information and stuff. Even when it comes to like the delivery, try as much as possible to make it stress-free for your customer, right? They don't want anything that is going to, you don't want to wear them out before they even get a chance to get their product and use their product. So as much as possible, like let's say have systems in place that makes it seamless, onboard correctly, so you continue the right kind of education. So me personally, what I do and what I encourage is that, okay, make sure, first of all, you confirm that this person has gotten their package, right? Their product. That's the first step, right? You already tell them, okay, what it is that we're going to experience. I mean, something like if you give someone Celgivity, right? You always give that preamble of, okay, this doesn't have any side effects, but a few people experience detox effects. You mention how, okay, some people may feel a little tired or lightheaded or urinating frequently, just a few things like that, so that in case they feel it, right, they wouldn't get worried. They wouldn't feel like, oh, this is some bad reaction or this product doesn't agree with me or anything like that. You tell them how to resolve it, right? A lot of hydration in those days, get some rest, all of that. If I give switch, if I'm selling switch to someone, for instance, right, I will tell them, okay, so just so that we can monitor your progress really, I'll make sure you actually check your weights, have pictures taken, like front view, side views, so that we know we can measure objectively. I let them know that, okay, for people, they notice that their urine color or odor changes, like that is just one of the effects. They don't need to be alarmed or anything. But if there's anything outside of that, I mean, I stress on hydration, and then I say if there's anything outside of that happens, I mean, feel free to let me know, and yeah, we'll work through it. So just giving them all information and letting them know what to expect, right? In those first few days after they get their package, and then you want to now know when they've commenced it. So, okay, you check in a few days into it. So you started it now, and they say yes. Maybe like 2 weeks into it, you want to know, how are you feeling? So if you're checking in periodically, you would know what is going on, right? Some of us, we are so happy that we've made the sale. Maybe somebody has just made the payment and okay, we've organized the delivery, it's gotten to them. Some of us don't even confirm, but yeah, a good number of us confirm it's gotten to them. And then we are so happy, I've made the sale. You've washed your hands off that matter. On to the next. Like you just want to get the next customer. You don't even remember that you sold something to someone. No follow-up whatsoever. That is not good. If the person who is so busy or something is happening, the person just takes it and keeps it on a shelf somewhere and is not using it, you wouldn't know. You didn't follow up on them. If somebody started it, got some detox reaction, and then thought, oh, this thing is not good for me, and stopped using it, you wouldn't know, right? If the person even got a great result from it, but you didn't follow up, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't have a testimonial, much less a repeat buy. You haven't created the best experience for your customer. So it's really, really important to have these things in mind. And the only way you could like keep track of everything, like you said, is having the right systems and being able to track. You have to be able to track. Some of us prefer to write it, some of us prefer to use technology, whatever it is, whatever system that you create. You could ask your leaders what is pertainable to your team or what will be the easiest process for you. But it's really, really, really important. I can't stress this enough. It's really important that you really follow up with your people, right? So the follow-up is not just up until the sale, it's even beyond it. Really, really important. And you want to be able to have, like, help your customer create this emotional connection with the product, like we said, and then belief, which is why they have to be on it longer. They have to like have reason to just keep being on it. So you could, create things like this 90-day challenge, for instance, right? Something like if they're going to be on Switch, they have to be on it. So for some markets, the Switch, you have the 1-week bottles. You're not going to be telling or allowing your person to use it for like 2 weeks, maybe 2-week bottles, and expect to see any kind of results. Like, there's no way that you can build belief in the product that way, right? So make sure that you're really, really encouraging them to be on it long enough to get the right experience. And you can give incentives to loyal customers. This is also a really, really good one, right? Like Tammy mentioned. So, just maybe a month or 2 months ago, so I have this customer who is a really loyal customer. She gets Max 1 for her son who has autism, because it really, really helps him. And she's a regular buyer, she's always getting. And I thought to give her an incentive, right, as my thank you and appreciation. So when she was about to receive her last order, I sent a Max ATP pack along with it. And I wrote like a hand note and everything. I said, like, gave a big like thank you, appreciation message and everything. And when it got delivered to her, she like took a picture of it and sent to me. And then she was calling me and she was like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, she really thoroughly appreciated the fact that she got a gift she did not expect, right? But we've built the relationship to that level. And she's somebody I appreciate, and she appreciates what I do too. So it's all part of the auto relationship, like we've said, right? So it's also nice to find ways. It must not be something, even if you can't give like a product, right? Find ways to really appreciate people. If you think about it, like, just be thoughtful about it, something that the other person would be happy to receive. And yeah, last but not least, stay in communication. Always stay in communication with your people. Maybe you have a customer who bought once or has bought for a few times and then doesn't seem to be buying again. It doesn't matter. Stay in communication. And we know how like the world is right now. People are going through stuff. Just want to stay in communication. It's not every single time you're going to be talking about product, right? Or even Max. Like, just check in with people and find a way to stay in communication with them. It's really, really important, right? Because at the end of the day, yes, our beautiful business is built around our products, right? So happy customers leads to a happy business. That is the crux of all we are saying. All right, and on that note, we've come to the end of this presentation. I hope it's been very insightful. I hope it's been beneficial. I hope you've taken notes, taken screenshots, you've mentally taken note of things that you need to apply, things you need to adjust in your business, things that you need to teach your people as well. It's very important. Also they need to duplicate this process that you're doing, right? So it's very, very key. And thank you so much for staying tuned to the end. I see you guys on Facebook as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tammy. It's a big honor and pleasure to have done this with you. We'd like to have, if there are any questions, you can just type that in the chat so that we quickly do that. I know we've just crossed the hour mark, so yeah. And Tammy, is there anything you'd like to add?
Now, I just want to say thank you for everybody for showing up. I think that's a big part of building this business, is showing up and learning. And now it's about applying. You got some really, really good nuggets out of this session. And even the PowerPoint will have it available for any one of you who want to do your own personal training within your teams to really bring home the importance of Autoship. That is your business, is the relationships and the Autoships that you'll get from people who will sign up, and of course the customers, which will lead you to other people through referrals as well. So thanks for showing up, and I highly recommend you jump on the wagon and take advantage of the planting season. If there's anything I can stress right now to all of you, is in network marketing, because Chris and I have been around for years. This is our planting right now, from the month of June right through till the end of August. Those who stay focused and do this in those 90 days are the ones that are going to harvest. They're going to create some serious momentum, which will continue going right in through the big seasons, which are November and December as well. You know, people want to get gifts. People want to do some big things. People want to have a great rest of their year. You know, they want to finish their year strong. So this is the time to really jump on and do this. So I guess, does anybody have any questions? Somebody asked how they can get the PowerPoint. I'll have Chris put it up on the active team group. I'll get him to put it also in the CD Global Diamond and the active team group Facebook groups in the page, so you can have access to it there as well. And of course, he always puts them on the website in the categories. Canada, US, it would be under trainings, under presentation trainings, and in other markets, you can grab this and also share it with your groups. So if there's anything that you need, just let any one of us know. I know Anne's on the session right now as well, and she knows how to get you the information and the other websites. I know that there's other teams, and we want to respect other teams who have their own websites and stuff. And Chris and I are all about sharing. We're all about, we're one. With Max, we're one. Let's just get this stuff out to people so that they can benefit, so everybody grows. And our goal is to get Max to $1 billion company. And we all want to get into all those new markets that we're not in yet. So that requires us to get our butts in gear and get out there and do what we need to do to build up a strong foundation for customers and associates.
Yeah, so true. Thank you so much, Tammy. Thank you all. I see all the love and appreciation in the chat. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you got some good value. And yes, just to stress on what Tammy said, this is our season, guys. This is time that we need to take it up many years, because we need to get much louder about what it is we have. Take a cue from our CEO Joe, who is like on every radio station, in every TV station right now, like it's on social media, he's everywhere. Like I want to be like Joe right now, like be everywhere. So we need to get that message. Just we're planting seeds, like plant the seeds as far. You don't know which one is going to land on the best soil. You don't know when each one is going to like spring up. Like just make sure you reach, and you'll be surprised. Like, I mean, the results that you can get. Sometimes it could feel like, oh, you're doing all this talking and not getting results, but just keep at it and really plug into what's going on in your teams, in your groups. Have your eye out on like the WhatsApp groups, the Facebook groups, like everywhere that you're connected to Team in Max. Keep your eye out. Actually go through the messages, like contribute where you can, ask questions, be part of the tours that we are trying to do this summer, like globally, because it's going to yield a lot, and we need to, make the sacrifice where you need to. This is not just about like convenience. You're trying to do what you need to do so that we can build the life we want, right? So make sure you apply yourself as much as possible. And yeah, we're going to exceed where we were before in Max. So just contribute as much as possible, play your part, and it's going to be a great one. So thank you so much. Thank you for being on this training, and you'll have a beautiful weekend ahead. But guys, remember, get loud. Get loud. That is how we're going to grow. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Izzy. It was awesome training with you. We'll have to do more of this. Awesome. Okay, bye, everybody. Have an awesome weekend.